Hello.
Ito ang Broad Streamcast Communicators, ang naiba at kakaibang plataforma sa digital broadcast. Mula Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao hanggang sa iba't ibang dako ng mundo. Broad Streamcast Communicators, ang sandigan ng sambayanan mula sa walang labis at walang kulang na pagbabalita, paglilingkod, maglalahad ng mga mapagbuong komentaryo at usaping pambayan para sa kapakanan ng karamihan. Broad Streamcast Communicators, tuwirang maglilingkod ngayon hanggang sa susunod na henerasyon. Buhay Online, chikahan at kaalamang pangkabuhayan. Ating tunghayan, pakinggan at tuklasin ang mga pangyayari at kaganapan sa mundo ng online. Buhay Online, chikahan at kaalamang pangkabuhayan. Alamin ang pinaka-latest trends mula sa trabaho at kung hanggang saan na ang narating ng teknolohiyang ito. At ngayon, narito na ang ating host, ang ating Techie Mommy, si J.C. Bautista.
Hello, happy Thursday everyone. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. It's a Thursday, May 13 na po. May 13, very important day po yan para sa aking pamilya. It is the birth date of our dear beloved mother. Happy birthday in heaven, Mom. And of course, ngayon, syempre, mas masaya yung nanay ko because she's celebrating her birthday with my dad, who joined her there last year. So, masaya na sila na sigurado ko ang lunch nila yung kare-kare ng mami ko or pamplina. That's her kalyos, pamplina. And a lot of the other dishes that my mom used to make. Happy birthday, my mommy. Mami Nita, dapat pala nilagay ko. Teka nga, wait. I'm gonna show you. I should have, why didn't I think of that? Anyway, yes, it's my mom's birthday. My mother, an amazing person. If I could only be half as good a mother as my mother was to us, you know, there's my mom. There you go. Ayan, that's my mommy. Happy birthday, Mommy Nita. There, happy birthday to you, Mommy. There she is. Yan ang aking mom. I will put her here today, okay? Because it's her birthday. Yan, takpan ko muna si fatherhood. There you go. There. My birthday tribute to my mother. Anyway, hello there, Miss Thelma Ilagan. Good morning. Thank you for joining us today. Na-miss ko po kayo. Maraming salamat at kita tayo muli. We're still, of course, on the subject of surviving and thriving in this pandemic. Nakapagbigay po tayo ng mga impormasyon kung paano magsimula or mag-move forward sa trabaho at saka sa buhay tungkol sa dito sa pandemic na ito. And we were giving also the kinds of businesses that you can have during this pandemic. At kahapon pinag-usapan natin yung mga yung mga negosyo na nagpapatuloy in this pandemic na the existing businesses before the pandemic na nagtuloy-tuloy at hindi nagsara. And for those naman, how they managed to do that. We gave tips about that, right? At saka yun na nga, yung laging yung three basic things which should come to mind in this pandemic for new business owners and for old business owners that want to keep their businesses in this pandemic. Ano yung sinabi natin? Unang-una is to adapt to the market, right? Adapt to the needs of the market. Examine your customers, look at their demographics, look at their profiles, and adapt your products and services tungkol doon sa kanilang pangangailangan. Because nga, nag-change na ang behavior ng mga tao dito sa pandemic. It's been a year since the pandemic and buying trends have changed. Buying behavior has changed. Tsaka kung ano yung mga binibili ay nagbago na rin dahil sa pandemya na ito. So number one, adapt to the market needs, right? Number two is to go digital. Yan na nga. Sa ako nga, sometimes yun sa akin ang una nowadays because we have to be online. Sabi nga nila, if you're not online, you're not seen. Kung wala ka online, hindi ka pansin, di ba? So, establish online presence for those brick and mortar businesses na dating may mga physical stores at shops. Pwede pa rin naman silang magbukas, pero di ba? Alam natin na because of dito sa Pilipinas, yung mga ECQ and ECQs, and because of the restrictions, hindi na napupuno ang mga restaurants, hindi na napupunta ang mga tindahan ng mga walk-in customers na inaasahan because nga doon sa mga travel restrictions. And that is the reason why it's important to go online, right? That's why it's important to take your business and bring it online para alam pa rin ng tao na nandun kayo, para malaman ng tao kung ano pa ang ino-offer nyo, na bukas pa ang negosyo nyo. Yeah, you really have to go digital. So go digital, digitalize your business. That's very important in this pandemic. Okay? Tapos nga, yung pangatlo is yung examine your finances, check your expenses, planuhin nyo at gumawa kayo ng strategies towards disbursements of funds at saka yung sa mga finances nyo, right? So today, we will also talk about how the digital crisis is of course affecting us and what safety precautions we can do. Kasi nga rin, on going online, there are precautions to watch out for, di ba? Kaya yan ang papag-usapan natin ngayon. Okay? So, mamayang konti na yung how to start a business in this pandemic. Una muna, how to pivot your business and thrive during this pandemic. Paano nyo nga babaguhin at i-adjust yung mga negosyo nyo. Kasi many local venues and community hubs, ang mga community negosyo, yung mga cafes, mga ganun, have had to shut their doors. Diba? Nakita ko sa mga villages, sa mga commercial complexes na maliliit, ang dami nagsarang mga small businesses like cafes, maliit restaurant, mga maliit na tindahan ng kung anong anik-aniks, right? They have had to shut their doors, with 23% of small businesses reporting temporarily closing their businesses entirely since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. While things have turned around for some, 86% of the remaining businesses were reported that they are either fully or partially open. And yeah, from last year to now, marami nagsara, pero marami naman din yung bagong usbong na negosyo. At the same time, meron mga existing na patuloy pa rin sila sa kanilang negosyo ngayon, right? Pero kasi, but of course, it's still marami paling worried that na yung mga bukas pa yung mga temporarily closed might be permanently closed because they have to plan and see what they can do nga to manage in this pandemic, right? As much as yung mga yun, like yun na nga, dito na sa Pampanga, sa Walter Mart, yung Kuya Jay's na restaurant, hindi pa nagbubukas. Kahit na dito sa Pampanga, it's already, kami here modified GCQ. So, next to normal na ang dito sa Pampanga. But still, yun nga, yung Kuya Jay's na nagbukas sa mall. Kasi nga, yung mall, sabi nga ng aking asawa, nung araw, punong-puno ang mall dito, Walter Mart. Pero ngayon, kakalog-kalog pa rin mga tao. Right? Because nga, takot lumabas. So, I guess kaya hindi na nagbukas yung Kuya Jay's. But some businesses nga talaga are able to pivot their model entirely and thrive during the COVID-19. Sinabi natin ano yun, yung mga video game companies, grabe, their sales went up to 21% to $1.52 billion in the first quarter of this year. Oh my gosh, of last year. Tapos yung disinfectant products were up 230% in March and April of last year. Grabe talaga. Yung Zoom, ang stocks ng Zoom, alam niyo naman, ang Zoom ang naging napakasikat na platform to have meetings and virtual meetings and face-to-face, face-to-face, video conferences, right? Hindi man face-to-face, but video-to-video meetings and lessons through Zoom. Ang stocks nila last year, nag-stock up to 120% last year. Umakyat ng ganong kataas ang kanilang stocks. It's like, you can liken this to itong nangyari tungkol sa relationships. Bad relationships fall apart in crisis. Okay? Parang ganitong naisip mo. Good ones get by, di ba? Sa gitna ng crisis, ang mga relationships nagpo-fall apart yung mga bad ones. Yung mga good ones get by, di ba? And great ones are better because of it. The same can be said about negosyo, right? So sinabi ko na yung mga negosyong nag-pivot na yung tatlong big companies yan, ng Zoom, ang Amazon, di ba? Tsaka yung Airbnb. Nabuhay pa rin sila dito sa pandemya because ni-reroute nila yung kanilang mga business plan, tsaka in-adapt nila sa market needs, right? Okay, so sinabi ko kanina dito at merong digital crisis and safety amidst this pandemic, right? Kasi like following the minimum health safety protocols para mag-prevent na ng COVID-19 from spreading, dapat din nating isipin that we also need to maintain, because we're talking about and of course endorsing the fact that we have to go online, we have to be online in order to put our businesses forward. Dapat meron tayong online presence, right? And that connection, di ba? You also need to maintain proper cybersecurity measures on your devices, di ba? To not only protect yourself, but also your friends and family. Yan. Just like the coronavirus, di ba? Where anyone not properly protected could get it. Ang mga computers natin, ang mga laptop, ang desktop, ang tablet, or any other devices connected to the internet, ang cellphones, pag na-compromise yan, could also infect other devices, making everyone vulnerable. So on this note about technology and about connectivity and about being online sa ating mga negosyo at sa ating mga trabaho, we are going to give these warnings, okay? Kunyari kasi, if you don't have the COVID, kunyari nagkaroon ka ng COVID-19, tapos hindi mo in-isolate yung sarili mo or follow the basic safety standards, the people who are physically closest to you, di ba, would be in danger also of getting the virus. Kasi nga, ganun din yun. If you don't follow basic social media hygiene, once your account is compromised, it would not only affect you, but also everyone on your contact list. Yun, tandaan nyo na, pag nahahack kayo, yun yung cellphone nyo, di ba? Meron mga nangyaring instances na pinagawa niya yung cellphone nyo sa Green Hills or saan man yan, iniwan nyo doon. Oh my gosh. May mga walang yan talaga. Minsan talaga, hinahack or kinukuha nila yung contacts nyo information. Yan, na-jeopardize din yung contacts nyo. Hindi lang kayo, right? So, once your account is compromised, it would not only affect you, but also everyone on your contact list. Yung mga hacker kasi would check the people who you always communicate with. At yun na nga. Ako talaga naloka ko isang beses na nawala yung telepono ko. Hindi na bali na ang telepono talaga. Minsan talaga ang mas valuable yung contacts mo eh. Yun pa, pag nakita nila yung mga that's why, of course, you know that of course I have a lot of involvement sa celebrity, sa show business and politics. So yung ginagawa ko, kino-code ko yung mga contacts ko, pero minsan nakalimutan ko na kung ano yung code na yun. Iniiba ko yung pangalan. Para yun na nga, because nga kung manakaw or whatever, hindi nila alam na yun pala yung politician na yun or yun pala yung artista na yun, yung ka-text ko or whatever. Kasi nga, na-jeopardize nyo yung identity nila. Much less, that's why, kino-code ko yung aking contacts. Pero it was hard to remember everything. my pet names for certain people. But kasi hackers would check the people you always communicate with, tapos they would trick them, di ba? Maraming nagkakaroon ng ganyan na scam din yung mga pati email addresses, right? Sinusulatan nila yung mga phishing scams, yung mga email fraud, yung sumusulat sa mga contacts mo, sasabihin, ay, may problema ako, I need money, can you please send me, i-remit mo sa akin to, hindi ako makakauwi na, stranded ako sa ibang bansa. Yung mga ganong scam, gagamitin nila yun when they hack and find out your email addresses of your friends, your contacts, right? Whether it's emails or cell phone numbers or through the pictures na nakikita sa cellphone yung nananakaw, malalaman nila yung mga network mo. At yun na nga, they're gonna trick them and fake themselves to saying na ikaw yon, right? They will trick them into believing that it's you who's asking for help, scamming them into giving them money or information, right? If you easily believe those who are saying that COVID-19 is just a government propaganda, di ba? Na ano nga yan, naging issue sa Amerika, na sinasabi nila, hindi totoo ang COVID-19, nag-rally-rally pa sila sa kalye, mga siraulo, tapos, ewan ko ba, I love America too, as it's my second home, pero my God, marami rin talaga doon ng sira sa baliw-baliw eh. Lahat ng mga, it's my right not to wear a mask if I don't want to affect. So yeah, it's also, you don't also have the right to spread the virus, right? Pero yun na nga, if you easily believe those who are saying that COVID-19 is just a conspiracy or a government propaganda, chances are you would not take health safety warnings seriously. That's making you vulnerable to the disease. Ganun din sa digital world, di ba? You can become a victim of identity theft and other scams online. Diba? Yun na nga yun eh. Kaya doon sa mga nagninegosyo online, beware. Beware of this fact. Your mobile device, your social media presence, okay, and your email are just 3 of the most commonly exploited or ina-attack ng mga hackers. Diba? Yung cellphone mo, yung social media page mo, right? Lahat yan, pwedeng atakihin ng mga hackers. Tsaka yung email mo. Hi there, Tita Agnes. Thank you for joining. And hello to Tita Pri. Hello to the Maniago family. Sila JM also. And si Laila. Yan, sila Jibin dyan. Sila JJ. Si Mitch. Thank you very much for joining. Hindi niya pa naturo kay Tito Jaime kung paano pumasok. Please help him be able to to like the Facebook page of Broad Streamcast Communicators, Tita Agnes. Okay, so I was saying, right, ang inyong cellphone, your tablet, your social media presence, tsaka yung email nyo are 3 of the most common things na ina-attack ng hacker. So, this is what you need to protect yourself from these cyber hackers, cyber criminals. Cybersecurity breaches and data privacy leaks have become the other pandemic, diba? Putting us all in harm's way. Surprising us of mga bigla na lang tayong may utang na hindi naman tayo dapat pakita ko dito yung, my goodness, for the past few days I've been getting letters from whatever that sinasabi na your loan has been approved. Okay, let us send you the $2,000. Paulit-ulit yan. Hindi ko na nga binlock ko na nga. Sinasabing, your loan of $2,000 was approved. Hindi naman ako nag-loan ever. Ano yan? Phishing scam. Nakuha na nila yung information ko somewhere by email, so they keep sending me, and then sasabihin bigla, for you to receive the $2,000 that you have to verify your bank information. Ayan ang kabiyak emptor. Pagka naghihingi sa inyo ng information online, like your bank details, kahit na email address nyo or cellphone number, huwag niyong bigay. Because mga hackers yan. Gusto nila lang nakawin yung identity nyo, diba? Like yung sinabi ko, para gamitin for their own gain. Para sila ang mag-apply ng loan on your behalf or umutang on your behalf. Yung credit mo yung masisira. Yan ang isa sa mga cyber crimes or cyber criminals na nagkalat sa internet. Right? It's not yet too late to start protecting ourselves and our families from online dangers. Let's learn how to do it the right way, right? Kasi nga, that's why, I will share some simple and easy to follow steps that you can take to improve your security and safety while working and learning from home in this pandemic. Okay? Okay? Ito na lang yung Visa. The world's di ba ang Visa, like Visa and MasterCard, itong Visa, the world's leader in digital payment, has released a study that cited the big shift to digital payment and online shopping. Siyempre na nga, kasi nga social distancing, marami ng tao na, yun, ginagamit nila yung, pati debit card, or hindi lang credit card, debit cards, yun nga, yung GCash, yung guest natin kahapon, hindi na pala mag-guest, pinag-usapan natin na yung tungkol sa webinar ng mga taga GCash, taga Wilcon, tsaka sa JT Express, right? Na how they automated na yung payment system to be cashless and para contactless ng physical contact, right? So yun nga, yung Visa has released a study that cited the big shift from digital payment and online shopping. Sa China nga, di ba? Lahat ng bagay, it's paid through WeChat. W-E-Chat, C-H-A-T. Tsaka kasi nga sa China, bawal ang anything American. Bawal dun mag-Google, mag-YouTube, mag-Facebook. So, gumawa sila ng sarili nila ng platform na sana all for all. Yung WeChat sa China, yun na rin ang pambayad nila ng bills. Yun doon na rin sila nag-internet. Very robust yung platform yung ginawa ng technology. Ang Chinese talaga, gumaling-galing na rin sa technology, no? But yun na nga, they use WeChat. Hindi na sila gumagamit ng halos ng pera dun eh. They don't see, they just swipe the QR codes or whatever that is, right? And tayo slowly transitioning into that. Pero of course, pera pa rin matters here in the Philippines. Cash pa rin is king, right? So yung nag-conduct ng study yung Visa about the big shift to digital payment and online shopping in Filipino consumers' behavior, okay? Visa study says that about 93% ng Filipinos have increased their shopping activities in websites and mobile apps. I can attest to that. I can believe it. Because grabe, di ba? Siguro, malaking percentage ng mga tandem bikers or mga riders, ang dinideliver ay hindi lang food, kundi mga gadgets, mga goods, okay? Mga products, right? Kasi na nga, totoo, 93% of the Filipinos have increased their shopping habits, right? Okay, this is based on a study that was done, okay? All right. Okay, I'm basing my facts on an article that was written by my editor sa Manila Bulletin, si Art Samaniego. This is on digital crisis and safety amid the pandemic, right? So yun, 93% na tumaas ang consumer online shopping activities, right? In websites using mobile apps. Out of the 70% consumer population who shop online, 43% are now shopping on social media channels for the first time. Talaga, lahat talaga, 'di ba? Kung yung pati yung mga hindi masyadong techie, 'di ba? Nagve-venture out na sila to shopping online using mobile apps. Okay? Tapos, Epson printers are now very vital in work and study from home setups. Pati ang Epson, I'm talking about companies who have transitioned and have done things para mag-adapt dito sa ating pandemic situation. Epson has set its focus on saving time, space, and energy as Filipinos strive to live the new normal in the comfort and safety of their homes. Okay? Also redefining an equipped workplace amid the new normal is Cosmic Technologies. Okay? The company behind the highly innovative Cherry Mobile. So pati sila rin nag-adapt na ng measures to adapt to this pandemic. Among other measures, yung CTI or Cosmic Technologies Inc. or Cherry Mobile also strictly implements proper social distancing and wearing of face masks at all times sa kanilang trabaho. Conferences and general assemblies, okay, are conducted on Zoom. Ito ang ginawa nitong company nito para mag-adjust sa pandemic, okay? Talk about adapting, there's also Realme Philippines. Yung Realme, ano yan, cell phones, right? Okay. Tagged as the limitless gaming monster, the Narzo 30, the newest Realme offering, helps staying at home more bearable for the youth. Some could end up discovering their hidden talent sa gaming, all right? Despite the economic downtrend due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, the Philippines smartphone market, market share pa rin, grew by 19% quarter on quarter and 6% year on year. Ang Oppo sales have buoyed into a market share of 17.9% ang Oppo ha. So, tumaas pa rin ang sales ng cellphones the past year, right? By 19%. Okay? Ang Oppo's improved performance where it ranked third in unit sales in Q3 ng 2020 gets another boost with the Oppo and Marvel partnership through a commemorative smartphone. Gumawa sila ng smartphone na Reno Marvel Edition. Okay? Ano pa? Ano pa ang naapektuhan? Okay? Ang mga major gas stations sa buong bansa, they offered exciting promos and rewards. Kunyari, when you pay with PayMaya, diba? And boosting the campaign for safer cashless transactions. So, encourage of course ng mga gas stations na wag na mag-abot ng pera physically by using na lang PayMaya or yun na nga, or GCash, right? Or your debit cards. Tapos ang ano naman, ang Seagate, okay, Seagate, on the other hand, lists down 5 ways to a safer, better connected live from home environment. Powered by the PayMaya One device, customers can now scan to pay via PayMaya, it's a QR code, or tap, dip, or swipe any credit, debit, or prepaid card for a safer, more convenient, and more rewarding fuel experience. So, di ba? Ang ganda yung mga pwede ka na rin magbayad either in a lot of ways. Pero lahat yun, hindi mo na kailangan iabot yung pera mo. Isa-swipe mo lang yung QR code mo, or papatap, diba? Gamit yung debit card mo, or PayMaya, or GCash, para magbayad. Create epic experiences at home, yun nga, yung Samsung Galaxy S21 Series 5G and Galaxy Buds Pro. Yung mga telepono na yan, pwedeng gamitin. Tapos ano pa, yung Globe My Business, diba? It markets International Women's Month by, anong ginawa nila? They were empowering Filipina-led medium-sized to, diba, yung MSMEs na sinabi ko, and help them play big roles now in e-commerce. Talaga, nag-offer sila ng ang dami-daming nagbukas na online negosyo, right? Business and the private sector, meanwhile, diba, habang are also trying to figure out ways to be more creative and more innovative and more applicable yung mga products nila sa pandemya na to. At syempre, of course, ang kagandahan yan, ang vaccine ay dumating na sa ating bansa. And some people already have used the vaccine, right? Because yung Sinovac, tsaka yung AstraZeneca, yun ang binigay sa Marikina. Nakapag-vaccine na ang maraming tao, right? Pero it's still slowly rolling out, okay? All right. Okay, so, hold on a second, okay? Tapos pa, yun na nga, yung, so yun ang mga ways na ginawa nito mga businesses na to, kung paano nila, how they dealt with the pandemic, right? So how can the businesses survive? That's paano mo i-turn around yung mga negosyo mo, okay? Here are some steps, okay, kung how you can pivot or you turn around your business to adapt to the present situation. Unang-una, take a fresh look at the foundation of how you execute your business, okay? Kasi nga, maraming stay-at-home orders, di ba, all over the world sa mga employees, sa mga taong bayan. With many employees tuning in remotely to keep their jobs, right? Instead of cutting any salaries or laying off employees, consider making this move to remote work permanent and ditching your office completely. Kung kaya niyong gawin na tanggalin nyo na yung nirerentahan nyo at mag-work from home na lahat ng empleyado nyo, gawin nyo, right? In that way pa, ma-maintain pa rin nila yung trabaho nila, at the same time, ma-maintain mo pa rin yung business mo, makakasave ka pa on other things like an actual office, right? Or an actual store. Because online shopping nga, uso, pwede rin talaga ng mga pop-up stores or virtual stores right? So instead of cutting any salaries, consider, the costs that you can cut because of not having an office, right? And still maintaining your staff. A typical employer can save about, sabi sa Amerika, sa Global Workplace Analytics, a typical employer can save about $11,000 a year for every person who works remotely half of the time. O, di ba? Malaking savings din sa kumpanya talaga. Sabi nga ng mga analysts, they think that after this pandemic, a lot of the work ethics would remain, right? Or the work process, the operational procedures. Because sa Amerika, matagal na namin yung ginawa, like more than 10, 15 years ago that people work from home. At least once a week, ina-allow yung mga empleyado mag-work from home. Noon nga, ang tawag namin doon, mental leave or psychological day off. Parang for your sanity, ina-allow kaming mag-work from home at least once a month or so pag naghingi ka ng ganung leave. Pero meron naman talaga na regularly na merong days na sa bahay nagtatrabaho. Matagal na yung teleworking or remote work or work from home sa Amerika. Pero ngayon, that WFH is an operative word nowadays, work from home, right? So, like I said, yun na nga, sa Amerika, 11,000 daw a year ang nasa-save. Workers can also save daw $2,500 to $4,000 a year working remotely part-time. See, even part-time talaga is big savings, right? These savings kasi will vary from person to person but will add up when you include commuting costs, yung meals nyo, car insurance, and dry cleaning costs o yung paglalaba ng damit nyo na susuotin. Hindi na kailangan magpa-dry clean kami sa Amerika kasi nakasuit kami or whatever. Diba? It will really cut costs to work from home, right? We know that now. It was also analyzed that the costs and benefits of remote work found some outstanding savings when companies did away with in-person offices. Okay? Sa Amerika nga, yung IBM slashed real estate costs by $50 million. Imagine? Dahil nagsara sila temporarily at nag-work from home mga empleyado. Ang McKesson saved $2 million a year. Ang Nortel, they saved $100,000 per employee because they don't have to relocate them. Di ba? Hindi mo na kailangan, yung mga lalaking kumpanya kasi sa Amerika, di ba, nagre-relocate sila, nag-hire pa nga sila from overseas at dinadala sa Amerika. Pero because of this pandemic situation and, people can work from anywhere in the world, right? The days of expecting your business to happen all on one campus or one place are over. At tanggapin natin to na ngayon nga talaga actually mas more convenient yung work from home kasi you can work with not just locally like sa Pilipinas, like yung mga jobs na open overseas. Pwede ka na mag-work for an American firm, any kind of international firm from the comfort of your own home. Excuse me lang po. Optimize. Ayan pa, number 2 na tip. Optimize how your teams communicate, diba? Allowing your employees to work from home requires a great deal of trust. Totoo. Unang-una na yung information. Unang-una na yung data, yung confidentiality. So that's why pinapapirma mo ngayon na dapat yung mga empleyado mo to think na pag may nag-leak dyan, yung mga trade secrets, liable sila. Pero yun na nga, it requires a great deal of trust. Ang pag-work from home, allowing your employees to work from home. Both that your team is really working as much as they say they are and in your own overall communication skills. Kasi nga, yun din. Kailangan mo silang trust honor system ang pag-work from home. Kasi, syempre, pag nasa bahay ka nga, maraming distractions, maraming ibang things na pwede mong gawin. Nasa sa na rin yan. Work attitude. Parang yung sinabi ko sa student, sa nag-aaral na estudyante, study attitude din yan, or study behavior. Depende rin yan sa tao, sa mga nag-aaral online, kung responsible sila enough na hindi sila kailangan bantayan ng magulang nilang nakatutok, kung nagle-lesson nga sila or nagpa-Facebook or naglalaro ng ML, right? Mobile Legends, see? Nasa sa tao yun talaga. Kasi no matter how much you try to warn them or you try to make them bantay, at the end of the day, bottom line then is nasa sa tao yun, right? And as much as ito rin mga nag-work from home, employees and students are just the same, right? So, while it requires a lot of trust, of course, uh, syempre, kailangan mo rin sila i-monitor from time to time, right? But, trust talaga is the big element. Yung Gallup poll, yung GALLUP poll, found that less than half of the employees, 48%, strongly agree that their immediate supervisor keeps them informed about what is going on sa organisasyon as it relates to the impact of COVID-19. A lack of communication is a guaranteed way to damage trust. Kaya nga, ang importante dyan sa mga work from home nating empleyado is constant communication. Hindi natin dapat paalam sa kanila na hindi natin sila minamanage, hindi naman sa binabantayan, right? But you should let your employees know that you are aware and that you are on top of it when it comes to monitoring or trying to communicate with them, that you are accessible, na pwede ka nilang i-message anytime if there's any problem, right? Kasi nga, a lack of communication is a guaranteed way to damage trust, especially when your employees are managing the emotional turmoil present due to COVID-19. Dahil marami ring mga na-depress dahil sa pandemic na ito, right? So, kailangan din, as a big establishment, like yung mga call centers, or mga lalaking kumpanya na maraming empleyado working from home, dapat din, sine-check nyo yung kanilang psychological frame of mind, right? Diba? Siguro kamustahan Zoom kayo minsan with the HR people, right? Just to check on your employees to see if they're doing okay, physically and emotionally. Okay? Moreover, the need for successful communication isn't solely linked to COVID-19. Of course not. A lack of communication is a guaranteed way na madadamage ang trabaho kapag hindi nyo pinakita sa inyong mga empleyado na accessible ka sa kanila at you're willing to listen to them, right? Communicating is an executive key to ensuring that your employees don't fall apart or para huwag nilang ma-feel na inabandon sila, di ba? So, constant communication, siguro mag-establish kayo ng chat channel or chat group, whatever, sa mga empleyados where you can, guys just check on each other, right? Because itong ang pandemic na to, like I keep saying, di ba? It's opened more minds. It's opened more feelings of sensitivity towards others and being mindful of others' needs. Nagkabuklod-buklod lahat all over the world na ang sentiments ay pare-pareho na sana matapos na tong pandemic na to. And at the same time, do what we can to thrive and survive and support each other, right? Yes, okay. So on that note, right, talking about communication, right? According to a SMARP survey, SMARP survey, 72% of employees don't have a full understanding of the company's strategies. It is critical to make sure that your employees are able to comprehend and get behind their goals, your goals of the company. As the same survey found that organizations with effective communication programs are 3 to 5 times more likely to outperform their peers. Kasi nga talaga, communication is key. Hindi mo pwede talagang, pagka lack of communication, ano nangyayari? Doon nagkakagulo-gulo, right? When there's miscommunication, that harbors contempt or that harbors trouble. So it's very important to communicate. Okay, so instead of getting lost in an email thread or missing important information due to server issues, transition over to an office chat environment such as Slack or even Skype. So baguhin niyo talaga kung saan kayo nag-uusap na lahat-lahat ng mga trabahadores or lahat ng staff. Idalin niyo online, right? lack of clear communication between team members. Lack of communication between team members, as I stressed out, can be an office killer. Talaga, maninira yan, Pivoting from relying solely on email communication will save you time. Get your ideas fresh and fleshed out quicker, and have your team collaborating more closely. Kasi nga pwede kayong mag-usap-usap doon, right? Anyway, so, magandali lang, no? Ano pa ang kailangan mong gawin para ka mag-thrive and turn around your business? Explore the next version of what you know. Yan na. Yung expertise mo. Improve mo. Innovate mo. Explore the next version of what you know. Okay? How many times have you heard someone say, I can't wait for things to get back to normal? Dito talaga yan, hindi na ako makaantay, kailan magiging normal, kailan matatapos tong pandemic na to. Well, while this is understandable, the better thought to focus is how to create a new normal that you thrive in, right? Like yung sinabi ko sa past episode, do not dwell, do not mulk, do not sulk on things that you have lost in this pandemic. Rather than that, concentrate on what you have, right? Concentrate on how you can develop what you have to continue being operational and to move forward to the future of what the new normal might be. We don't know, but we are now living in this new normal. So the better thought to focus is how to create a new normal that you can live in and thrive in. So how can a pivot happen, or what can it look like? If you're a garment manufacturer, consider shifting into making masks, diba? And sabi nila adapt your products and services to the need, right? Adapt it to the time. So yun na nga, kung gumagawa ka ng damit, consider shifting into making masks through the pandemic and focusing less on fashion. Ganyan na nga yung nangyari, ang dami talagang nag-usbungan ng mga pabrika ng PPE, ng masks, right? If you work in the fitness world, consider utilizing online courses and classes and create an online environment. See? Di ba marami na kayo nakikita nowadays? Nagzo-zumba online, nag-yoga online, pinapakita yung workout nila, ano yung mga equipment nila. See? Much less, pwede ka rin mag-train online, right? So if you're in the fitness world, consider utilizing online courses and classes and create an online environment that can still lead to success, okay? Even education has taken some drastic turns, with teachers and tutors being hired for microschooling or pandemic pods, where groups of 3 to 10 students from various families learn together, okay? Moving your business online, okay, might seem like a big challenge. Well, it is for some, really. But it's gone from being a good idea to something you simply have to do, okay? Not only mga essential industries moved online in this pandemic, but because they did that in order for them to stay afloat, diba? So, ang galing. Kailangan nila agad i-pivot nga. Turn around. Pivot is a turn. Ang kanilang operations and kanilang marketing strategies to adapt to the present time, right? So, biglang they were making masks na, right? Hindi lang garment. Not only are essential industries moving online in order to stay afloat, but many self-improvement and DIY industries are finding that people are using online resources to improve many areas of their lives that they didn't previously have time to focus on. Yun na nga yun eh. This pandemic has brought about re-examination, reinvention, right? And revival. Tatlong R's yan, right? According to Love Money, yan nga, yung Duolingo, an app that lets you learn a foreign language at your own pace, saw a 148% increase in signups in the US during March of last year. Dumami. Foreign language to. Pwede mong aralin. Tapos yung si actor Chris Hemsworth fitness app. Si Chris Hemsworth yung namatay, di ba? Siya ba? Or hindi pala, si Chris Hemsworth pala si Thor. Sorry. Hindi siya namatay. Si ano yun? Iba yun. Si Batman. Si The Joker. So anyway, ang kanyang fitness app center saw a 300% increase in downloads in April. Di ba kaloka? Din-download yung workout niya. May monetization yan, right? Tapos yun, mga remote diagnosis and treatment services na uso, diba? At patuloy na, ano yan, na it's faring well now. Yung mga remote diagnosis, medical consultations via video conferences, video calls, right? Ang report was that it reached a reported staggering 3,600 increase ng usage ng mga treatment and service apps. Oh my gosh. All right. Echo Counter reported that in the first week of May, the Southwest U.S. saw 100% increase in bike use. So, talaga naman, kasi nowadays, like dito nga sa Pilipinas, pinapayagan na bigla yung mga bisikleta tsaka e-trikes sa kalye because of this pandemic. Pero, I just have to say that even before the pandemic, you know, yung mga ibang tao, ginagamit na nila yung e-trike. Kami nga sa Marikina noon, bawal yun, dapat. Pero pinapayagan yung e-trike na ginagawa nilang pamasada. Wala naman yung license, wala naman yung registration. So, pag nabundol kayo dun sa e-trike na yan, hindi kayo makahabol sa insurance, right? Anyway, many occupations have had to drastically consider how they do business, and the good news is, syempre with creativity at saka gamit ng internet, these ideas can thrive. Every industry is taking a hard look at what was and is adjusting into the future of what will be. Pero yun na nga, do not sulk or feel sorry for the things that you've lost presently, right? Instead, move forward and make plans, okay? Every industry is taking a hard look at this and is adjusting into the future, okay, of what will be. Hindi madaling mag-shift to digital business, especially yung mga old folks, but actually it's very necessary now and very, very useful, okay? The real question is to be asking yourself in this situation is not whether your business can survive can survive this crisis, but rather, how are you willing to modify what you offer as a business, di ba? Paano mo pabubutihin? Paano mo babaguhin? Paano ka mag-innovate and renovate ng lugar mo to adapt it? Especially kung you are low on funds, right? But the thing is to adapt. That is the most important reason here in this pandemic. We have to adapt to the times, right? Okay? So, marami nagtatanong pa rin tungkol sa mga trabaho at mga negosyo na pwede nating magawa itong 2021 in this pandemic, right? What does the future hold for us? We've been talking about this since Monday. The future of work in this pandemic. What is it? What the post-pandemic workplace holds for remote workers' careers? Bukas, magre-recap tayo. Mag-uusapan natin yan. But, uusapan din natin yan. On the event na matapos na itong pandemic na ito, in a post-pandemic world, you will have to become self-reliant to survive and succeed. Yan ito na yung teaser ko doon. You have to be self-reliant. You have to rely on your merits. You have to rely sa talent mo. Dapat mo, di ba, huwag ka umasa sa ibang tao. That's the way you can survive and thrive in this pandemic. Yung best work jobs from home, sasabihin na natin yan ulit bukas na lang, tsaka yung mga businesses na na kailangan natin mag-start na nagkaroon dito, how to start a business in a pandemic and thrive in a post-pandemic world. We will talk about that tomorrow. Okay? Nabanggit na natin yung mga negosyong na bago na patuloy na doing well in this pandemic. Yun na nga yun, yung delivery business, itong mga nasa aking paligid na mga graphics, food truck, tutoring, online tutoring, home food delivery, ang Zoom, company ng Zoom, naging tsaka yung Amazon. That's right, online learning, online teaching, home food delivery. These are just some of the businesses that were existing before the pandemic that continue to thrive in this pandemic, right? So bukas na natin pag-uusapan yung mga how to move forward pa, and then recap kasi Friday na bukas, right? So we'll talk about the new businesses that to thrive in spite of the pandemic, right? Sabi pa daw nga ni itong at marami tayong mga virtual events na pwedeng gawin to promote companies, to promote businesses, right? Pero yun, mainly talaga, we have to be online, right? How can businesses thrive in this pandemic? Look into going online, right? Because that's the only way to fly nowadays. That's the only way to be visible without physical contact is to be online, right? Kasi doon ka matitignan ng tao, doon ka mababasa, doon ka mapapanood online. Kasi hindi ka na nila mapuntahan physically or magtinda ka physically. Then you have to be online, right? So, yun din, pinag-usapan din natin, of course, we have to support mental health. We have to keep checking ourselves too, na huwag tayong madi-depress, right? And we will be giving tips for the SMEs that are thriving in this pandemic situation, right? Sabi nga nila talaga, we have to strive and survive so we can thrive, okay? In this pandemic, ano pa ang tip na mamibigay, okay? Lower your expenses, di ba? Sa mga businesses. Instead of renting an office, kasi nga, work from home na, di ba? Yung mga ibang pinado mo, makaka-cost cut ka, right? Conduct your business at home. Since most transactions are online anyway, a landline telephone, personal computer, printer, and internet access lang are a must to have. Yung PLDT may offer yan kasama na cellphone sa internet, cellphone, kasama na ang telephone. So, yan, gamitin nyo na for business from home. What kind of business do you have? Marketing, construction? Choose the business that you are familiar with and have experience in. Kung nag-iisip kang gumawa ng negosyo. Find the demand, di ba? What are people buying? What are their needs? Yun nga, adapt to the needs of the market. What is the government procuring? So, source out demands online, make phone calls, look for the best price, and legitimate sellers. Ayan nga, resell, di ba? Ano ngayon ng negosyo niyan? Reselling. Doon sa online buying, nakakonect e-commerce, right? Maging reseller ka. Kasi ano na ngayon, kahit na paunti-unti yung commission mo or yung patong mo on something, kita pa rin yun, right? So, do and look into that. Don't be shy about asking the price and asking for a discount. There's no shame in asking, di ba? Hindi naman nakakayang humingi ng discount or maka-discount. Establish a good relationship with the suppliers. Okay? Hire, para pag-umpisa ka ng negosyo, kung hindi ka marunong masyado ng social media marketing or mag-manage ng website, hire professionals to do that. Na ang dami-dami ngayon freelancers na pwedeng tulungan ikaw na dyan, right? So, yeah. So those are the things that na-tip ko sa inyo sa mga magsisimula ng negosyo. And of course, more of the how to pivot or turn around your business tomorrow. tsaka sa wrap-up natin. Tsaka yun nga, ano pa yung mga remote jobs na pwede natin magawa. So, yan. That's what we do. Okay? So, thank you so much for joining me again. Tomorrow also, we will talk about how we can survive in this pandemic world, in the post-pandemic world. How we can proceed. Excuse me. Surviving in the post-pandemic world. Pasensya na lang ha, napakainit kasi. Sorry, but ano yung mga work from home jobs that we can get? Pardon me lang talaga. Excuse me, but the water bill is there. They couldn't, they saw me doing a show, yung mama, nagsisilip siya kanina. Tapos yun, papag-usapan din natin yung mga business na pwedeng magawa, at saka mga trabaho na i-repass natin ulit yan bukas. Alright? The future of work. We will talk about what the post-pandemic workplace holds for remote work careers, right? What does the future hold for remote workers? Well, the future is uncertain at the moment, diba? But we can be hopeful. Excuse me. We can only be hopeful because nga, like I said, maraming businesses na bago na nangyari nitong pandemic, as much as marami pa rin patuloy pa rin ang negosyo because nag-innovate sila, because nag-adapt sila. At yan ang ating dapat gawin at tandaan. Again, 3 things that are important in this pandemic para sa mga negosyo at sa mga business, sa mga entrepreneurs. Number 1, adapt to the needs of the consumers. Adapt, know your customers, know your audience kung kayo ay nasa mga paggawa ng mga shows and concerts virtual. Know your consumers, right? Adapt to the needs. Study their behavior, study their profiles. Kung ikaw ang company ka, meron kang syempre database ng mga ng mga customers mo. Alamin mo yung isang profile ng mga customers mo, at tingnan niyo yung kanilang buying patterns and buying behaviors, and then incorporate it into this new normal way of doing business. So, number 1, adapt to the marketplace, adapt to the needs, and number 2, very important, is to go digital, right? Number 3, and examine your operational costs and plan your finances. Pero yung number 2, go digital, yan ang a must, I think. Para ka mag-thrive and survive nowadays, importante is to go online. For negosyo okay? Dahil syempre hindi ko naman sinasabi na, lahat ng bahay kailangan magka-internet. Hindi nga, di ba? Problema nga natin yan sa education Because not everybody has internet. Not all the students have laptops or computers to use. So, ibig kong sabihin to go online, right, is to do business online. And of course, for our lives, for our daily operational, our living, our routines, importante rin talaga yung internet, nakatulong ng mabuti sa ating buhay, pati yung like yung mga gadgets na ginagamit din natin. But in this pandemic, it's really important to be visible still at a social distance, right? And in that note, diyan nakakonect yung social media, right? Pwede natin makita sa Facebook, Instagram, or even on our Viber, every sort of platform. Ngayon, nowadays, pwede yung mga chat play apps or platforms, naka-incorporate na dyan ng video. So, pwede mo nang makita yung kausap mo. So, hindi ka masyado namang yung social distancing mo, achieve pa rin. Pero, may contact pa rin kayo, communication. Kasi, in this pandemic, communication is really very important too. That we reach out and we are able to keep in touch with our loved ones. Psychologically, emotionally, nakakatulong na nakikita nyo sila sa video, kahit malayo sila, right? Based on personal experience. So, thank you so much for joining me today. More tomorrow and a wrap-up on how we can thrive and survive and save money also in this pandemic and earn money. Thank you very much for joining me today. Magandang umaga po sa inyo. Magandang tanghali na. Today, masarap ang aming lunch. Ang aking beloved husband to be, husband ko, is, masarap ang aming lunch. And aking personal chef. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me and magkita-kita tayo ulit bukas, okay? Dito sa last day ko of the week, Friday, sa Buhay Online. Thank you very much and please keep the faith, hope, and love. Don't forget. Thank you.
Inyong natunghayan at napakinggan ang mga makabagong pamamaraan sa mundo ng online sa pamamagitan pa rin ng Broad Streamcast Communicators. Hanggang sa muli, maraming salamat po.